Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. Listen, with some of these men, do not get sick. Whatever you do, don't get sick. Because like the women are there for them, they may not be there for you. Yo, check this out.
Some men will leave you when you get sick, and others will stay just so they can take advantage of you while you are sick. Here's stories I've received from other women and the way their husbands or boyfriends took advantage of them while they were sick. I had an ileostomy. He asked if he could ever do anything to it. He'd never get this opportunity again to be that deep in my body. I was disgusted, told him no. I had seizures, and my ex would do as he pleased with my body while I was unable to talk, walk, or remember. I had to record my seizures because my body always felt wrong when he cared for me. It happened for years before I knew. Had my hip replaced. First day home with a drain, still in and unable to move. I woke up to him spreading my legs. When I started crying, he said, "It's okay, with those painkillers, you won't even remember." I do remember. I also remember having to go back to the hospital the next day as my stitches burst open. My ex-fiance was so mad I couldn't have schmegs after my full hysterectomy. He threw me out 10 days after my surgery, still bleeding. He hid my migraine prescription medication and only released a tablet if I had schmegs with him during the onset. Wow. I had a stroke at 29 due to the stress for my marriage. He insisted on getting some while helping me shower in my hospital room the next day. I owed him since he didn't finish the night before because I had a stroke. I have multiple sclerosis. Sometimes I go numb from the waist down for days at a time. My ex-husband would always say, quote, "You're not going to feel it anyway."
Men are approximately 624% more likely to separate from a woman if the woman gets sick. Cancer research on heterosexual couples found that if a man becomes terminally ill and his wife becomes the caretaker, there is a 2.9% separation rate. If the woman is terminally ill and their male partner becomes the caretaker, they leave at a 21% separation.
Wow. Unbelievable. The first lady she spoke of had the ileostomy, and I checked it out because I had no idea what an ileostomy was. It says it's a surgical opening in the abdominal wall that brings down the lowest part of the small intestine. It's used when the colon is damaged, diseased, or removed, requiring stool and gas to be collected in an external pouch. So she's in that kind of condition, and this man sat up here and had relations with her, saying she won't feel it. Sending her back to the hospital.
Do anything to it. He'd never get this opportunity.
That right there, I think the man wants to cause her pain. I do. I think he wants to cause her pain. Do you just dehumanize her?
No. I had seizures, and my ex would do as he pleased with my body while I was unable to talk, walk, or remember. I had to record my seizures because my body always felt wrong when he cared for me. It happened for years before I knew.
So basically, she was being essayed and being abused for years. When the men get sick, oh, the women be there for them. We're natural nurturers, what have you, more emotional. They're abusing that. They are abusing that gift that you give them. I told you about me. I was like, oh, and the lady went having to cost the home. Her husband, he was sick with cancer. He was bedridden, and she took care of him for 2 years or whatever. She took care of him, and then the roles were reversed, and the husband, he left took the money out the bank account for the savings and left with a new woman. Somebody said they went to Vegas. That woman passed away, by the way. She did pass away. And the one, he never came back. The ones that cared for her, friends and family, he abandoned her. He was gone just like that. But when he was better, when she took care of him, nursed him back to health, he's back on his feet with a whole new chick. Even the elderly ones are users.
Had my hip replaced. First day home with a drain still in and unable to move. I woke up to him spreading my legs. When I started crying, he said, "It's okay, with those painkillers, you won't even remember."
So your wife is crying? Hip replacement, body drainer. Who wants to? Oh my! Forget the healing time. See, this right here, it's all about what they want. And when you hear things like this, not so much about sex, they're using that as punishment. These men want to hurt you. That's what they're doing. She was crying. She didn't say, oh, he stopped and then, said, oh, I'm sorry, honey, I'm being selfish. Lay down beside her and held her. No. You let her know you won't feel it with those painkillers. See, when a woman gets sick, two things about men, I do believe. When you run out of money, you're going to find out who he really is. And when you get sick, you're going to find out who he really is. Those two, you're going to find out what you really got. You are going to find out the real him behind that mask. See, there's a different mask of 50-50, a different mask when you can go to work and cook and clean and do for them. But then, now you can't do that, or it's a whole different mask. You're going to see who the real person is. These women right now, they're finding out who the man, this is the real him that he's been masking.
I do remember. I also remember having to go back to the hospital the next day as my stitches burst open. My ex-fiance was so mad I couldn't have schmegs after my full hysterectomy. He threw me out 10 days after my surgeries.
Ex-fiance, he threw her out. So they're about to get married, so you thought you're engaged. You can't service him one time and he threw you out. It never was going to work. Have your own money, please. And if he is giving you an allowance, you might want to stack that up if you can. Wow. Look how extreme they go. I don't get my way. You're out of here. Threw her out? Who does that? Threw her out.
Still bleeding.
And she was still bleeding.
He had my migraine prescription medication and only released a tablet if I had schmegs with him during the onset.
He sounds like a trafficker. So he will see you in pain. He'll see you in pain unless you give him what he wants. What she doesn't know, seeing her in pain, that's part of the turn on. Oh, see, a lot of these men, they love subjugation. That might be his turn on. Oh, look at her. She's in pain. I'm going to take her medication. Honey, you should have called 911. He's holding my medication. That sounds like abuse to me. But hey. See, the internet is doing what yesterday couldn't do. People hear things and you're thinking, oh, that's just this case. No, we're seeing the dust is universal. You're seeing women realizing that there's reality and there's the fairy tale. It's best to deal with reality and be realistic. So when you want to know who the partner really, really is, what you're really dealing with, two things: get sick or run out of money. And he's in charge. You're going to find out. Some men step up. Hey, they'll, got you. Some will, I have to say that. But when you find that one that figures, oh, this is my chance, I'm in charge now, That's why I don't understand a woman. You've got a successful business. Oh, and it's causing a problem in marriage. Like I told my homegirl, you're gonna have to go ahead and choose before you go any further. You got to choose either being having your own business or your husband, because you're not gonna have both. You can see you put him in business, but every time you start to make a move, it's always a fight, and then he starts calling you the B word. You picked him up, honey. He used to mop the floors at Walmart. You picked him up and you got him into $100,000 career. And then on top of that, you got him into his own business. You're the come up. Now it's time to do it for you. Now we got all these problems. He wants to be the star in the relationship. And he wouldn't have what he have if it wasn't for you. He wants to be the star in the relationship. He got $40,000 in his account. And then you want a better ring. He gonna come up with a $500 ring. And you in your 40s, I don't think so. A $500 ring and think he doing something. Because the first one found out was zirconium. We were shocked. I was shocked. I'm like, girl, time you get her, and that's the first thing most ladies do. You might want to circle back. So where'd he get that? Oh, Tiffany box. Okay. Go to the mall, just kind of see, oh, there's my ring. He come with a no-knock box. You can go to the jewel and get it appraised. Like the girl on, what is that show? Love After Lockup. He said he spent $10,000 on a ring. Man, that lady, I think the lady offered her, was it $6 or $60? It was worthless. It was zirconium. It was a ZC, the diamond-like ring. So this right here, yeah, the internet pulls the mask off. People think, oh, it's just that one circumstance. No, it's universal. Dust comes in all races, all nationality. It is universal. So when these men are doing this tells me that they secretly hate these women and they want to see you in pain. That's why they're doing this. Oh, I'm over you and there's not much you can do about it. And that's why so many women, they get older and realize, I'm not going to live the rest of my life like this here, especially when the kids are grown. They get a divorce and get gone, live their best life. Anyway, let me know what you all think about this. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share, and I'm out.